The wind howls across the golden savanna, bending tall grasses like waves under an unseen tide. Dust rises in spirals as shadows move swiftly. Australopithecus hunters, lean and vigilant, crouch low, with sharpened stones clutched in their calloused hands. Ahead, a small herd of antelope grazes, unaware of the silent predators lurking at the edge of the clearing. Every breath of the hunters is shallow measured, every muscle tensed like a bowstring. Suddenly, a rustle not from them, but from beyond a heavier step, deliberate and strong. From the opposite side of the plain, larger silhouettes emerge, Homo habilis, wielding crude clubs of wood, their eyes fixed on the same prey. The two groups freeze not at the antelope, but at each other. This is not the first time they've crossed paths, and the memory of broken bones and spilled blood lingers like smoke. The antelope sense the tension scatter in a thunder of hooves. Both hominin groups lose their chance at the hunt, yet neither retreats. Muscles ripple, throats growl, low stones flash in the light. But then, a distant roar cuts through the standoff, deep, primal, closer than either expected. Lions! The cats drawn by the movement are closing fast. The scene erupts. Australopithecus dart toward the river, nimble and swift, clutching their crude tools. Homo habilis follow heavier, less agile, but with raw strength, and clubs ready. The lions give chase, golden bodies slicing through the tall grass, their eyes glinting with hunger. The riverbank becomes chaos, bodies splashing into the shallows, stones flung desperately, clubs raised against snapping jaws. One Australopithecus is dragged down, cries echoing as water churns red. A Homo habilis swings wildly, cracking a lion's skull, buying moments of escape. As the survivors stagger to the opposite bank, panting and bloodied, the division between the two groups blurs. For now, survival demands unity. An injured Australopithecus clutches a gaping wound, and a Homo habilis female tears strips of bark to bind it. Her gestures rough yet life-saving. Suspicion remains in their eyes, but necessity builds a fragile bridge. Together, they move toward the cover of nearby caves, the sun sinking low and painting the horizon in fire. Inside the cave, darkness breathes heavy. Shadows stretch across jagged stone walls as fire sparks from flint, a skill of Homo habilis that the smaller Australopithecus watch with awe. The blaze grows, casting warmth and driving away the night's predators. Around it, bodies huddle close, trembling, their wounds licked clean, with herbs crushed between teeth and applied to skin. A child whimpers, soothed by the rhythmic hum of a mother's chest. For a fleeting moment, there is peace, the kind carved not from trust, but from exhaustion. Yet the storm outside is not done. Clouds gather. Winds howl, rain lashes against the savanna with merciless fury. The river swells, threatening to consume its banks. The cave fills with thunder's roar, firelight flickering as fear spreads like a fever. Different species, different instincts, yet the same primal truth together. They must withstand what the world throws at them, or perish divided beneath its weight. The storm rages through the night, a relentless force pounding the land into submission. Rainwater spills into the cave's mouth, pooling around bare feet, chilling the marrow of every bone. The fire sputters and hisses, but Homo habilis' hands shield it, feeding it with damp wood and dried grasses hidden in woven leaves. Sparks leap, the flame endures. The Australopithecus watch intently, their eyes wide, as they mimic the motions with smaller sticks, their learning born not of words but of survival's urgency. When dawn comes, the savanna has changed. The river has swollen into a raging torrent, cutting off paths once traveled. Carcasses of drowned antelope lie tangled in reeds, their flesh already claimed by scavengers. Hunger gnaws at every belly. The mixed group of hominins rises with stiff limbs driven by the same need food. They move together cautious yet bound by desperation, their feet sinking into the sodden earth. On the horizon, another threat stirs a rival band of Homo erectus. Taller, broader, their silhouettes command the distance with spears of sharpened stone mounted on fire-hardened shafts. They are organized, their movements disciplined, and they too are hungry. The moment eyes meet across the flooded plain, a silent calculation passes territory, resources, survival. The fragile alliance of Australopithecus and Homo habilis tightens. Clubs and stones are gripped, knuckles, whitened jaws clench. The encounter does not explode instantly. Instead, it coils like a serpent waiting to strike. Both groups circle near the remains of a fallen tree where storm winds have left a hollow trunk inside which birds' eggs and trapped small mammals offer precious nourishment. It is too much to abandon. Homo erectus advance with steady steps, their spears gleaming in the morning light. The mixed band hesitates, knowing they are outmatched in weaponry, but not in numbers. A stone arcs through the air, missing its mark, but shattering the silence. The battle begins. Chaos ignites. Spears thrust forward, deflected by swinging clubs. Stones slam into shoulders, blood splatters across mud. Screams echo as bodies collide, primal fury unleashed. An Australopithecus youth leaps onto the back of a Homo erectus, clawing teeth sinking into flesh, only to be thrown off and trampled. A Homo habilis male smashes a club against a spear shaft, snapping it in two, roaring with a feral triumph. The clash spirals, yet amidst the violence, a new danger erupts. From the tall, storm-battered grass, a pack of hyenas charges, drawn by the smell of blood. Their laughter cuts through the chaos, chilling and merciless. Suddenly, enemy becomes reluctant ally. Homo erectus and the mixed band find themselves back-to-back, weapons raised against snapping jaws. A spear pierces a hyena's flank. A stone caves another's skull, but the pack swarms with relentless hunger. In that crucible of survival, boundaries blur again. Enemies fight side by side, their cries and strikes weaving into a single desperate rhythm. When the last hyena falls, its body twitching in the mud, the survivors stand panting, drenched in blood and rain. Their dead lie scattered among the beasts. Victory tastes like ash, but it is victory nonetheless. As silence falls, the Homo erectus withdraw, carrying their wounded, leaving behind the contested spoils. The mixed band collapses near the fallen tree, trembling, battered, yet alive. Eggs are shared meat, torn with teeth, blood mixing with rainwater. The storm has not ended, but for this moment, so has the war. The days that follow are heavy with silence. The storm has passed, but its scars linger, fallen trees, swollen rivers, carcasses rotting in the sun. The mixed band wanders the ravaged savanna, moving as one, despite the unease stitched into every glance. Food is scarce, predators bolder. Each night, they circle close fire at the center, shadows dancing across faces marked by exhaustion. Yet in those shadows, something unspoken grows, recognition that survival, fragile as it is, has come not from division, but from unlikely union. One evening, hunger drives them deeper into the grasslands, where gazelle graze near the water's edge. The hunt begins. Homo habilis take the lead, signaling with gestures, positioning with cautious precision. Australopithecus scatter wide, flushing the herd toward waiting hunters. Together, they channel instinct into strategy. The ground shakes as the herd bolts, and in the chaos, a gazelle is brought down stones, strike clubs fall, and at last the kill is theirs. Blood stains their hands, but triumph lights their eyes. Yet triumph is short-lived. From the shadows, a lion pride emerges, golden forms slinking closer, drawn by the scent of fresh kill. Muscles tighten tools and weapons raised, but fear surges like fire through dry grass. This is the final test: predator against prey, strength against desperation. The hominins form a ring around the carcass, firebrand torches lit from hastily sparked embers. Flames flare, smoke rises. The lions circle, snarling eyes blazing. One lunges. The clash is primal chaos. Torches whip through the air, sparks fly, clubs crash against snapping jaws. An Australopithecus female thrusts a burning branch into a lion's face, buying precious moments. A Homo habilis male leaps forward, stone hammer raised, striking with furious precision. The pride falters fire, and unity overwhelming instinct. At last the lions retreat, tails low, vanishing into the grass. The hunters collapse, breath ragged hearts pounding. The gazelle lies in pieces, fire hisses with fat and blood, and the night sky opens above them. Stars shimmer, indifferent witnesses to this fragile victory. Around the flames they feast, different species, yet bound by the same hunger, the same fear, the same fragile will to live. Children gnaw bones, elders close their eyes in weary relief. Laughter cracks through the night, like thunder turned gentle. Here, on the trembling edge of existence, they discover something new. Survival not through conquest, but through fragile cooperation. For one fleeting moment in deep time, Homo sapiens and their kin do not merely share the earth, they share life itself. For a brief spark in prehistory, survival was not about dominance, but about unity. Different hands, one fire, and a single fight against the endless night.